I finally had a one-on-one with the M5 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. The first thing I thought of running was volume shader from github.com. Lucky for us, it did not disappoint on the M5 Max. For context, this is how it runs on the M5 Max versus on my daily driver, the M2 Macbook Air. As you can see straight away, it's like, let's say 10 to 15 FPS on the M2 Air versus like 50 to 55 FPS on the M5 Max MacBook Pro. You know, this website is so insane that it took just about 5 minutes of testing on the M5 Max for the two fans to start blowing very loudly. The next thing on the menu is GTA 5, but let's get the boring stuff out of the way. This is the M5 Max MacBook Pro with 32 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM, 2TB of PCIe Gen 5 SSD. The RAM moves with a bandwidth of 614 GB per second. We have 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports, and generally from a physical sense, the M5 Max looks exactly like the 2021 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is GTA 5 running via crossover. I ran it at 1600p. That's 16 by 10 on this M5 Max MacBook Pro. At that high QHD plus resolution, I could get sustained 30 FPS on that first scene of the game. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to finish playing that first scene and exit into the open world. I know the FPS is supposed to change when you're in the open world. It's not the same with that first scene. Also, this game came from FitGirl Repack, yeah, and for some reason I didn't see the option to downscale it. I wanted to go down to 1200p. I bet would have gotten at least 150 FPS at 1200p. But anyways, there is no problem. I've gotten to show you guys how GTA 5 runs. At some point, I even installed Game Porting Toolkit 3.0, but that doesn't really make any difference from my observations. Apple was boasting about how awesome their new N1 chip is. Now let's compare it. This M5 Max has the N1 with Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. My M2 Air here has Wi-Fi 6 and an older chip. Yeah, we are connecting to my friend's crappy Starlink network, which is not really good for some reason. The M2 MacBook Air won slightly with the download speeds. The M5 Max MacBook Pro won with latency and upload, also very slightly. Since we live in a world where most home routers pick out Wi-Fi 5 or Wi-Fi 6, I don't think we would have any so big differences with the N1 chip for now. One of the things I like the most about these M5 Pro and M5 Max chips are the PCIe Gen 5 SSD speeds. They are awesome. With amorphous disk speed checking, we got up to 13,000 for RAID speeds and 17,000 plus megabytes per second for write speed. That's the best I have ever seen on any laptop. Yeah, Apple killed it here with the implementation of PCIe Gen 5. Same goes for JavaScript and browser handling. I have to give it to the M2 here. Yeah, the M2 is still rocking for something that was released in 2022. The only Windows laptops I have even seen that exceed the M2 are the new Snapdragon X2 line of chips. The M5 Max takes it even further with those 57 points plus. We have the world's fastest single core performance on the M5 Max chip, 4200. That's awesome. I bet you can even get more than that if you run it in a cooler environment than I did. The multi-core is also awesome. When you couple this with those neural accelerators in the GPU, I think the M5 Max can rip through any kind of workflow. For metal graphics, we got almost 200,000 points. Yeah, that's awesome. My M2 MacBook Air gives me about 1/5 of this. Trying out 3D Mark Steel Nomad lights, which is like gaming benchmarks without ray tracing, we got up to 108 FPS and 14,000 plus points, which is crazy good for 4K rendering. I also ran Solar Bay Extreme, which is the one that uses ray tracing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to look at the scores of that because I mistakenly forgot to go back and check the scores, so it still showed me the one for Steel Nomad lights. But from my observations throughout the run of Solar Bay, we averaged around 75 FPS, which is mind-blowing for rendering 4K with ray tracing on. As an M2 user, the M5 Max is not like a must-have, but it's very, very good if you host local LLMs or you multitask like a crazy person. But no doubt the M5 Max is awesome. It crushes every kind of workflow you can think of as a Mac user. Anyways, that's all for the video. Let me know if you have any comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I heard you out.